And then just read the first.
Yeah, and there's some very interesting things in this, in the contents of this book that will let you know how heavy it is. Okay.
Go ahead and read off the screen.
The table of contents. A history. Excuse me.
Loud.
I gotta get the top. Top.
Yeah. That's it. You got
A
it.
history of the North Americans, their customs, etc., observations on their color, shape, temper, and dress. Observations on the origin and descent of the Indians. Observations and arguments and proof of the American Indians being descended from the Jews.
Read it again.
Okay. A history of the North American Indians, their customs, observations on their color, shape, temper, and dress. Observations on the origin and descent of the Indians. Observations and arguments in proof of the American Indians being descended from the Jews.
Okay. Now, like you were saying, this is also the land of Canaan, page 67.
Right. America is the land of Canaan, like I stated previously. A lot of people don't know that. This land is an extension of the land of Canaan in the Middle East. The land of Canaan was Israel, Palestine. And it was foretold in the Bible, it was prophesied through the prophecies in the Bible that these 12 tribes would come over here. Now, I'm going to read in this book and show you that it's also recorded in here that their scholars noticed. This book was written by a white guy, by the way, James Adair, a scholar who lived amongst the Indians, and he studied the Indians, he observed them, he observed their customs, their lifestyles, their rituals, and he came to the conclusion that these people are Indians. I mean, these people are Israelites. It says, there was about 30 years ago a remnant of a nation. Or
show it on the TV and you can read it off of there.
Okay. Let them see this.
Yeah. Give me time to pick it up. And I'll bring it in closer and you can read it right out of the book. Okay? There you go.
Yeah, because this is something that your eyes should witness. You should witness this personally. For those of you that are out there viewing this. Okay, I got it.
Anytime you're ready. About 30 years ago, what?
Yeah, I got to get the right side, which is there was. Right, there was about 30 years ago a remnant of a nation, or subdivided tribes of Indians called Canaanite, which resembles the Hebrew proper name, Canaan. In Hebrew, you see that's Hebrew letters, Canaan, which means Canaan. You see that, C-A-N-A-A-N, Canaan, the land of Canaan.
That's the proof.
The same land of Canaan that the Lord in the Bible commanded Joshua to take over, to lead the tribes of Israel into, the promised land. So America is what?
Part of the promised land.
Part of the promised land. America is part of the promised land. Mm-hmm. America is an extension of the land of Canaan.
That we was to get in the future.
Right, that we was to get in the future. This land belongs to the Indians. That's why you hear when we teach, we so fervent on that, because we know what we're talking about. We're not just saying these things off the top of our head. We have records from scholars, from archaeologists, from historians to prove and back up what we say. Because the white people who has us over here now, they know the truth.
That's amazing. You just got through showing that.
Right. I just finished giving you irrefutable proof. This is proof right here. We're pulling out history books, okay? People are scared of us because we know these documents. And they'll be scared of you too. Not physically, but mentally, if you knew these things. This is the information that our people need to know. They seriously need to know about themselves and who they are in the Bible.
What's the name of that book again?
The name of this book is
History of
the History of the American Indians, written by James Adair. name of this book is The History of the North American Indians, written by James Adair.
Let me cut it. Okay, it's on.
Okay, this is the book that I showed you previously, called Lost Tribes in the Promised Lands, by Ronald Sanders. You can pick this book up in a bookstore, maybe Barnes and Nobles.
Loud.
You can get this book in a bookstore, preferably Barnes and Nobles. Okay, they sell these books. Written by Ronald Sanders. And, oh, by the way, the brother sitting to my left is an Indian. Okay, a Cherokee Indian. Some of you looked at him and you probably thought, you automatically assumed that maybe he was a so-called Negro or West Indian, because all the tribes have the same physical, not exactly the same physical traits, but the Indians are dark-skinned just like the so-called Negroes. Okay, you got light-skinned Indians too, but the Indians range from different shades of brown. All of us are different shades of brown. Even the Puerto Ricans, you got Puerto Ricans.
What determines the nationality?
What determines the nationality of an Israelite or anybody is the father. The father is what determines your nationality.
The seed of the father.
The seed of the father. If your father was just a so-called Negro, and your mother was a white woman, you would still be an Israelite, because the man carries the seed, and by the man's seed is the nationality determined. Okay, now I'm going to finish reading this book. Okay?
The yellow? Where you want me to get?
Right, get this right here.
Which one?
The underline.
Oh, the underlined
Right,
word.
start from there.
Okay, let me bring it in a little closer. Right there?
Right.
Okay.
Montezines, this is another white guy who studied the customs of the Indians. Montezines had found himself accused by the Inquisition and put in prison. Okay, praying for salvation. In his cell one day, he was reciting what was by then a standard formula. Bear with me 1 second. He was reciting a standard formula among New World Moranos. This is what he said. Blessed be the name of the Lord, who has not made me an idolater, a barbarian, a Negro, an Indian. What he was doing was making mockery of the Indians and the Negroes. And he put the Negro there too because he knew that
the tribe of Judah, right?
The tribe of Judah.
And that the Indians were the other tribe.
Right. Who, I'm sorry.
When?
It says, when suddenly he stopped. Those Indians, he told himself, they are Hebrews. Do you see the big exclamation point there? What does that mean? Man, these people, the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of, everybody's talking about their loss and nobody's really bringing these facts out. What the hell is going on here? That's what his reaction was, really. I'm just dramatizing it for you to really know that you see what was really going on in his mind.
And the reason why it mentioned the Negroes there, because they're the Jews. He just didn't say it in that statement.
It says, pondering this thought incredulously, meaning he couldn't believe it, and yet with growing conviction, he resolved that if he ever was released, he would seek out the Indian Francisco and try to